Sean Miner, and today is Monday, July 1st, and we have some NASCAR breaking news, including some NASCAR drivers. So I'm going to wait for everybody comes into the chat, and trust me, it's not going to be good because there's a lot of things what NASCAR has just did. I'm going to wait till everybody comes into the chat, but let's get to it, and I know you guys be into it soon. So currently, NASCAR Cup Series champion Chase Elliott has lost a sponsor, and you probably guys know what sponsor it is. It's Hooters. Currently, that Hooters are no longer with Chase Elliott because when they were just racing this weekend at Nashville, and you did not see Hooters on the car of the 9 car. And this does not make no sense why to have Hooters to leave with Kendrick Motorsports. When it was like that, when Chase decided he said he wanted to have Hooters on his car, when he drove the 24 car, it was with Hooters was with Chase Elliott. Okay? And the next thing is, here's why I don't get. Is the next thing is we're going to talk about another driver, a couple drivers that may be in trouble. And there's one part that's not make my day, but I'll get into that in a minute. But when Chase Elliott decided, he said that he wants to have Hooters as a long-time contract. But plus, Chase Elliott's got Napa Auto Parts. He's got that. Another one that Chase Elliott does not have Mountain Dew. So I think the next sponsor is going to be with Chase Elliott. I think it's the next sponsor for Chase Elliott could happen is to see Coke Zero Sugar, as a sponsor. I like to see that happen. But I don't know how it's going to react. I don't know how it's going to act or when it's not going to, how it's going to turn out. And this is another thing is, NASCAR should do something with Joey Logano. Okay? When I was watching that race, the NASCAR Cup Series at Nashville Super Speedway, and I saw Joey Logano, he gives Denny Hamlin the one finger. And NASCAR didn't do nothing. But what they did, NASCAR had 5 overtimes because of caution kick coming out and out. And currently, the NASCAR has not know what they're going to do yet with Joey Logano. But Denny Hamlin is being aggressive driver again. Because what he does, Denny Hamlin is he's trying to get even with Kyle Larson. And then you see Larson doesn't like it. And the most thing is right now, Denny Hamlin needs to be parked. And he should not be racing at all this weekend at Chicago Street Race. And now, this makes zero sense, okay? Carson Hocevar, that drives the other car for another race team, get this. He goes over and has the guts, comes over his radio, makes a comment to Harrison Burton. And I'm not going to say the word because I know it won't be good. But Carson Hocevar decided to curse on his radio at Nashville Super Speedway yesterday. And that's not okay to do, Carson Hocevar should watch what he says on his radio when he's racing. And a lot of drivers were not happy at all yesterday. Kyle Busch wasn't happy. He ran out of gas yesterday. What's up, Steve? I'm going to add you as a moderator, buddy. But currently, right now, we don't know what RCR is going to do. Andy Petrie is no longer going to be with Real to Childress Racing in 2025 because Andy Petrie is going to retire. So we don't know what the deal is or what's going to go on, who's going to take over. But if you guys are liking this live stream, smash the thumbs up. Let's go. Tap them up and let me know your thoughts about NASCAR. And the next thing is the next NASCAR Cup Series is at Chicago Street Race. But here comes the weirdest part is NASCAR Xfinity Series is also at Chicago Street Race. But there's a driver who won't be racing at all this weekend. I don't think it makes no sense. NASCAR driver in the Xfinity Series, Hailie Deegan, is not going to be racing this weekend at the Chicago Street Race. And you guys are probably saying, why is she not going to be racing? Well, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what's going on with Hailie Deegan because I don't know what it is. But currently, right now, they have the driver for the 15 car. And you guys can take a guess who it is. It's Joey Logano going to be driving the 15 car this weekend at Chicago Street Race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. This makes no sense to have Joey Logano in the Xfinity. After what he just did at Nashville Super Speedway, he gets Dan Hamlin the one finger. Okay? The guy does not deserve the race at all. I don't care if you got Joey Logano as a two-time champion in the NASCAR Cup Series. I don't care if it's Kyle Busch as a two-time champion in NASCAR Cup Series. I don't care about those two. But right now, the only one, I don't know what's going on with Hailie Deegan. When the team announced today that Hailie Deegan's not racing at all this weekend at Chicago Street Race. Now, when this came out, it's like, what is going on with the race team that Hailie Deegan races for? I mean, look how many times she's trying her best, and the team just doesn't give her credit, you know? It's just not making no sense for me. As me, I'm a Hailie Deegan fan. You know, Hailie Deegan's my driver in the Xfinity. She was my driver in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And she was also my favorite driver in the ARCA race. But currently, right now, Hailie Deegan's not racing at all this weekend at Chicago Street Race. And also, if you guys would like anything, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see how many people we can get. But right now, as NASCAR fans out in the community that goes any racetracks, it's not going to be good. It's horrible. You know, it's just absolutely just horrible what we know, what's going on right now. Because currently, Hailie Deegan says, why should we have this opportunity? And I kind of agree with Hailie Deegan because she's doing her best job, and she is. I know she does have some days she does have her bad days, and then sometimes she gets onto it, and what goes on, it always happens when it happens, you know. But the guys in Xfinity, they don't show no respect to Hailie Deegan. They don't. That's why Haley Deegan, I have a feeling she's going to go to a different team in 2025 when she'll probably go to the Cup Series. I don't know when, but it only depends who picks her up, because right now you think that the team who signed her, that give her a full-time ride this year in 2024. And now here you are on July 1st. Haley Deegan gets benched, but she won't be racing at all this weekend at Chicago street race. Instead, they have to put a stupid driver as Joey Logano to take over the 15. Why would we have this guy as the driver? The guy's Joey Logano has an attitude, and what he does is unacceptable. Because right now, Joey Logano does not deserve a ride this weekend. After what he did to Denny Hamlin, he decided to get Hamlin the one finger, and I guarantee Denny Hamlin didn't appreciate it, but I think Logano should lose points, and he should be parked until after another race, and then he can figure out what he did wrong. But from my opinion, I think it's going to be where, Penske's going to say, okay, Joey Logano, if you don't want to stay up, I'm going to park you, and now NASCAR can park him too. You don't go into a car and you flip someone off and you decide to go to 11 under caution, and the 22 comes right to the 20. The 22 comes to the 11 car and decides to get him the finger. But here comes the most part is, you guys have Carson Hocevar and Harrison Burton. But this gets worse. Okay? Let me tell you why I think it's weird. Because Carson Hocevar said one day on his radio to Harrison Burton. And that one thing is that said that Carson Hocevar decided to say to Harrison Burton that Harrison Burton can kiss Carson Hocevar's butt. I'm like, you're a NASCAR driver rookie. Carson Hocevar is a rookie in the NASCAR Cup Series, and he's going to act like this. I think Carson Hocevar deserves to go back down to the truck race. Because currently, he has not raced yet in the NASCAR Xfinity. Now, Carson Hocevar deserves to miss a race for doing that stunt under the caution from Nashville Superspeedway. And it's really not good. You're a NASCAR driver and you decide to wreck the driver under caution. And right now, Chase Elliott made a mistake yesterday, but I don't know how. But let me tell you who else is getting a little greedy. Kyle Larson is. What's he doing? They go overtime. Kyle Larson decides to wreck Ross Chastain. And currently, Ross Chastain was not happy at all with Kyle Larson for wrecking him. And for many people thinking, well, Chastain's mostly the problem. Well, yes. And because I think he is, and because we know how that Chastain is. If you guys are liking this live stream, go hit the subscribe button. We'll see how many people can subscribe to the channel, and I can bring more NASCAR news and stuff for you guys. So hit the subscribe button and smash the thumbs up, leave comments down below, and keep subscribing to the channel. But we're not done with the new stuff. But I guess something between Larson and Chastain, there's something happened between those two. But between you and I think right now Larson's still not happy with Denny Hamlin. Look at all this year. This year has been happening. This year we got a couple wrecks that Hamlin started to wreck Kyle Larson. Look at last year. Last year at Pocono, I was there when I saw the wreck. And Hamlin comes up to Larson, takes the hair off of Larson, and then makes contact with Larson. Danny Hamlin decided to do that. But when they went to New Hampshire this year, it was not good. Because currently, Larson makes contact again with Hamlin at New Hampshire. That's not good. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Larson or what it is, but it's not good. I think between you and me, I think Denny Hamlin is a problem in the NASCAR Cup Series. He's trying to wreck most of the guys. He's trying to wreck Chastain. He wants to wreck Elliott like he's done it once. You got to think about that too. Hamlin has wrecked Chase Elliott so many times. That time when Chase was driving the 24 car before he went to the 9 car, and you remember right, Hamlin wrecked Chase Elliott at Martinsville. But right now, Hamlin's being just like what he likes to be. Danny Hamlin's just being the hothead. And right now, NASCAR has not done anything to Denny Hamlin at all. They need to do something. NASCAR needs to step up, park Denny Hamlin. And also, they need to do something with Kyle Busch. That guy is still aggressive. Because he got out of his car yesterday, was not happy. You know why? Because Kyle Busch ran out of gas. And he was trying to push Larson to get going. And somehow I think Larson missed a shift. And then all of a sudden they said that Larson was out of gas. But when Kyle Busch decided, he gets out of his car, shows his frustration, and says that this is not, you should not be slowing up. So Kyle Busch was not happy at all with Kyle Larson at all yesterday. At all. But when this happens, Kyle Busch needs to control his temper in the NASCAR Cup Series. If not, Richard Childress Racing needs to do something with Kyle Busch. And I don't know what it's going to be. If Kyle Busch is going to say, "Oh, I didn't mean to do this on purpose." I says, "I didn't see the guy." Well, if you didn't see the guy, Kyle Busch, why are you deciding to wreck a guy? You know, this makes no sense at all. According to, you know, because I think I like to see something, but I don't know if it's true or not. Right now, there's some drivers that don't have rides for next year. There's Josh Berry doesn't have a ride next year. Noah Gragson is a question mark where he goes next year, but Josh Berry does not have a ride next year. We don't know where Josh Berry goes. But here comes the weirdest part is, you got Chase Briscoe takes over the number 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing next year in 2025. I'm like, why would Joe Gibbs get Chase Briscoe to fill in to take over the 19 car when Ryan Truex, that's Martin Truex Jr.'s brother, Ryan Truex should be taking over the 19 car. He should. Because I think when you got right now, Ryan Truex is doing part-time in the Xfinity race. But right now there's only one driver in the Xfinity who can't race yet. And that's Eric Almirola. He can't race for a while because of what he did to Bubba Wallace. I guess some race that they had, what race they were at, but currently Joe Gibbs said that they decided to suspended Eric Almirola for his action at a race where they were racing against, when he was racing against Bubba Wallace. Okay, if you're gonna race against someone and you know how it is, you don't wreck and do anything. You get out of your car, go talk to your team. But no, Eric Almirola decides to throw a punch at Bubba Wallace. And that's why Eric Almirola is not racing at all. Until the 21st, he'll be racing. Do I think that Eric Almirola is going to get booed by fans? Yes. He's going to get a lot of boos from the NASCAR fans. But we don't know what 2025 also is going to look like, who's going where. Well, you guys already know how it is, that Stewart Haas Racing is shutting down. But here's the twist. Gene Haas Racing is decided to stay in the NASCAR Xfinity and Cup Series. But some of the drivers for the Cup Series do not have rides for next year. We don't know where they'll be going, and I don't know where they're heading to. A lot of people are thinking that Cole Custer could be the favorite to come back to Cups to take over the 41, or there's going to be a different change. Well, everybody says on Twitter and that Josh Berry is a candidate to drive the 34 car. And a lot of things is, here comes the next thing, here's a twist. A lot of things on here, on Twitter says that Noah Gragson is the favorite to replace Austin Dillon at Wilson Childress Racing. But Gragson told Kyle Busch that he got loose. So that's when Gragson made a move, and he got loose, and he made contact with Kyle Busch. And right now, you guys thinking like, well, how do you do this? Some of the drivers can't control their anger all the time. If a driver decides to make those other drivers angry, it doesn't go good. And you know how it is, you guys. If another driver decides to show their frustration and they can't control it, they got to talk it out. And we know how the drivers can be in the Xfinity and Truck Series and ARCA race. If you guys are also liking this live stream that I'm talking about NASCAR, please keep subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notifications, smash the thumbs up, leave comments down below. Go check out my live streams I've been working on. But there's going to be lots of things we're going to talk about. And I know we all know how it is, but there's something going to be happening during this year. I don't know what it is. Something between Gragson and Berry. I don't know where they're going to be going next year in 2025. I don't know. No one doesn't know yet. But for me, I think you're going to see you're gonna see them be teammates again. I think Josh Berry goes to Furniture Row, and Noah Gragson goes to Furniture Row. But the little twist, I think, who can take over the 21 car because Harrison Burton is not doing a good job. I think Cole Custer would drive the 21 car or switch it out a little bit. You know, put Ryan Preece in the 21. But you got to put someone in that 21 car in 2025 because Harrison Burton is not doing good at all. Because he's really struggling, Harrison Burton is. And we know how he's been. In Xfinity, he's been doing okay. He has his up and down. Harrison Burton does. But there's a lot of things that he doesn't do. In the Cup race, Harrison Burton does not win no races, no stage races. So I think the Wood Brothers should get a new driver in 2025 to take over that 21 to replace Harrison Burton. Because I'm not really liking what the 21 always stays in the back. Okay? The 21 car always stays in the pack of the pack. And we know what's happening. We don't know if Haley Deegan's going to be back next year in that 15 car. I don't know. And I have not heard nothing of Natalie Decker. Is she going to be racing this weekend or is she going to race when they go to Pocono? I don't know. But when it comes to because you got, this Haley Deegan and Natalie Decker, those two are good friends together. Okay? But Tony Branger, she only will drive the truck race. But she's not ready for the Xfinity. She's not. But I think she should be ready because it makes sense to have females to race in the Xfinity. Because right now you don't have much drivers. You don't. I hate to say it, but you don't have drivers anymore in any races. You don't have any more drivers because Danica Patrick's no longer racing. But I just think it's going to be a crazy season when you see new drivers go to different areas in 2025. But we're going to discuss that sometime on the live stream. And I might be live for you guys tomorrow. And we're going to watch the New York Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds. If you guys are Yankees fans, how many home runs do you think that Aaron Judge can hit this year in 2024? Right now, Aaron Judge is up to 31 home runs this year. I think he's going to make it. I think he's going to try to break his record. I think Aaron Judge wants to get to where he left off. Because if you remember right, he wasn't doing good when he got injured. Okay? And now here we are, the 2024 season. During spring training, the Yankees and that, we're going to talk about that sometime. But we need to keep talking about NASCAR. They need to do something. Okay? But the NASCAR needs to do away with the stage races. I cannot stand the stage races. They got stage 1, stage 2. And if it does anything, if it rains, NASCAR use rain tires. They got to use them at New Hampshire. They got to use rain tires. Other races, they got to use rain tires. But at Nashville, they didn't get to use rain tires at Nashville. NASCAR, this is on you. Start making the time and using rain tires. Because we know it rains every races that you guys race at. And it's time to use rain tires, NASCAR. Seriously. Use rain tires. If it does anything, put the windshield at the... is put the windshield wipers on. And it makes sense so the drivers can use the windshield wiper to clean out the rain. But NASCAR doesn't do that. They don't allow at New Hampshire, they didn't allow them to have the windshield wiper. And they didn't have the rain tires. They had the rain tires at Nashville. They should need to use the rain tires if it does something at Chicago this weekend. And next weekend, if it does anything at Pocono, what is NASCAR going to do? They're probably not going to do nothing. They won't use no rain tires at all. As many times I've seen NASCAR not use no rain tires because of something different, but this year NASCAR needs to use rain tires in case it does something. But NASCAR needs to step up because next year I don't know what's going to go on because currently the schedule is saying that there's a couple races going to be on, NASCAR races are going to be on Prime. And that's not going to make no fans for NASCAR happy. Because right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is no longer in the booth. He signed a contract to be, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. decided to be with Amazon Prime when they start racing. And I'm like, why is this happening? And Jr. decides to sign a deal with NASCAR racing with Amazon. That's just not fair for me as a Junior fan. And I know you guys probably agree with it. But we're going to do something with Junior and say why you decided to step away from broadcasting at NBC and US, the NBC people. Like, you got Steve Letarte, Rick Allen, and Jeff Burton. Those three are in the booth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is not. Because I know how it was, because all the ones who doesn't commentate anymore, there's Jeff Gordon doesn't commentate because he's now at Hendrick Motorsports as a CEO, the chairman. And when I notice that this happens, I'm like, what's going to go on with Jeff Gordon's life? Well, there's a little rumor going around that, say, if Rick Hendrick decides to step down, Jeff Gordon's going to be taking over for Hendrick Motorsports. But here's the twist. The twist is it won't be no longer if something happens. It's going to be going over to Jeff, if we say Jeff Gordon, but it would go under a new name. It would say Gordon Racing. If Hendrick Motorsports decides not to have Rick Hendrick as, the owner. Rick Hendrick has been around a long time. He has. And currently, this is why I think it's happening. Something has, you don't know who's going to be coming back. And I don't know if Alex Bowman's going to be back in 2025. We don't know what drivers are going to be back in 2025. We know Martin Truex Jr. is retiring. But most of the drivers are looking for a rise next year. So, you guys tell me something. Who do you guys would like to see? Should Alex Bowman stay more longer in Hendrick Motorsports? Or is it time for Bowman to go to another race team and have Kyle Busch and Hendrick Carr? Currently, that's the thing is, if Kyle Busch doesn't do nothing with RCR, Road to Charles Racing, I think Kyle Busch will be going to Rick Hendrick Motorsports. I think Kyle Busch takes over the 48 car. And I don't know what Alex Bowman's going to be doing. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He hasn't won no race at all. No stage races for Alex Bowman because, get this, the crew decided to make mistakes. Bowman had a problem with exhaust pipe, okay? The exhaust pipe where part of the engine is, like you see when they turn on the engine, you can see nothing but white smoke under those things of the car. You see nothing but white smoke. But here's another thing: is Chase Elliott's crew decides to screw Chase Elliott again because this is twice that I say no, three times that the crew chief, the crew, and they decided to take longer for Chase Elliott. They took too long at the other races they're racing at. They took too long at New Hampshire, and they also took too long at Nashville Super Speedway. What's going on with this crew of Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman? This thing's not even correctly, you know? It's not even correctly to have this team, and when they're not having a good year, you know, something's going to happen, you know? But tomorrow, here's what I'm going to do for you guys. Set your time. I'm going to be live for you guys tomorrow because we're going to watch the New York Yankees versus the Cincinnati Reds at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. Now, I will be live for that. So, if you're a Yankees fan, make sure to come join the live tomorrow. And let's see, I can keep you updated about NASCAR, what the news is. And I can make another video live stream about NASCAR. But tomorrow I'm going to make a video of the New York Yankees versus the Cincinnati Reds at Yankee Stadium. And I will be live for that tomorrow. So, let you know, guys, keep subscribing to the channel, turn on notifications, smash thumbs up, leave comments. And let me know your thoughts about NASCAR should do with drivers and that, and what else they should do. And let me know down below the comments and turn on your notifications. Let me know your ideas and your thoughts about NASCAR. Which driver goes to a different team and who looks for a different ride. So stay tuned. See you guys tomorrow. And we're gonna be live tomorrow when the Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds. So, have a good night, everyone. Happy Monday. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.